Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to Startline Wargaming and to this week's hobby update. What have I been doing, what I've been painting, which as you can see from the table isn't much. But I have been cracking on. I've been doing some Japanese for my Burma project, and I've also got sidetracked once again by another project which I'll go through in a minute with you. So at the last Partisan there was early war miniatures there, and I went and visited him and I got a lot of 20mm figures off him to finish off my Japanese and some vehicles for my British, so I could finish off that Burma project. However, the vehicles aren't done just yet because I had a little bit of a problem with them because I painted them and forgot to wash the resin, so all the paint fell off them. So I've had to scrub them all down, clean them, get them all ready to start for the repaint of them, and they look really good as well until I tried to put the wash on and all the paint fell off, but it's rectified now. Anyway, I have been painting some of their Japanese figures, so there is a couple of Eureka miniatures in here as well because I've got some of them for my Japanese, but the early war miniatures are really nice. So these are the figures that I've been doing. I have got a load more on the paint table. Now, I will put these on the turntable so you can have a better look at them at the ends. I know they're not zooming in very well. So all these are in 20mm. They're very, very nice. And I've just painted them in a khaki grey and then lighted them up. But they are very, very nice figures. So they're cracked on with them. That's one of the Eureka ones. So I've cracked on for them, but once again I've been sidetracked. I was just flicking through some of the websites that I visit regular to do wargaming, and one of them was Flank Mark Miniatures, which I'm really interested in. I missed their Kickstarter for the British and the Russians, and I know they're doing the Americans at the minute. But as I went on there, he has put up a set of rules for Chain of Command, which is my preferred gaming system, Cold War, and let me zoom out so you can see this. Cold War gone Chain of Command, World War III combat at platoon level. Now, you can tell he's put a lot of time and effort into these. These are really good, really interesting. Now, you'd use the basic rules as you normally do, but then these are like the add-on rules that go on top of it, so you can play your fictional Cold War gone Chain of Command game. There's some lovely stuff in here that he's put in. He's even put in platoon rosters for the British Army, the Rhine. The support options with all the special rules. Infantry platoon for Soviet forces in Germany. And their special rules, political officer there may be activated on a command dice roll of 5. If the player activates the political officer, he does not increase his chain of command tally by 1. And when activated, the political officer may remove 1 shot from a squad or team within 4 inches and may move as normal. So, brilliant. I just love the way he's put these rules together, and then he's got all the bits and pieces at the bottom for the weapon systems, all the way through, and it's even done at the back work in progress for a little campaign with escalation missions and reaching the River Rhine. And I think this is brilliant. You can tell there's a lot of time and effort gone in here and a lot of work, and it's really good. He did say it was only compatible with version 1 rules, but looking at these, I think you could easily put these with version 2. Maybe a few little tweaks every now here and there, especially with a lot of radio communications and stuff like that, but that's not a problem. Because of that, and finding them rules, I then brought some figures off him just so I could have a test paint really of British DPM from the Cold War era. So they're all 20mm figures, and these figures came with metal bodies and 3D printed arms and weapon systems and heads, and they are very, very nice. there was a couple of misprints on the 3D prints, as you'll see on this one here. If I turn him to the side, you can see the pistol grips missing from his SLR. But you won't notice that, I don't think, on the table. And at the end of the day, they are wargaming figures. They are going to get moved around. And I know we try to take care of the figures because we spent a lot of time and effort painting them, but mistakes happen. The only problem I've had with these is I've tried to look for vehicles for the British. I wanted FE 432s instead of Warrior, but the prices seem to be through the roof for 3D prints for them. If I wanted to get another tank, I could get it for tenner, but for a 432 it was like 20 quid. So it started making me think, shall I do it in 20mm or look at a different option? And a different option I have done, just to have a look and see, is this compatible? Could I do it in this? So I found a couple of 15mm. There they are, from the Team Yankee box set. Now, I don't know where these figures have come from. They've just been knocking around for a bit, but so I've just painted them up to have a look. And the price for a full platoon of these, plus all the infantry vehicles and that, is half the price of what I would pay for 20mm. And I found that quite strange, really, because usually 20mm is quite a good price. So I'm looking at what scale to do these in. I'm not sure. I'll have to have a think about it. But if you've got any thoughts, leave some comments below, please. If you prefer 20mm or 15mm. I don't really want to do it 28mm because storage in my little my command centre here, it's starting to run out. On that, thank you very much for all the new subscribers. I notice I've gone up in subscribers recently. That's all very much appreciated. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your support of all the people who keep coming back and watching me ramble, or not watch, but listen to me ramble on and watch what I've been doing. Again, it's very much appreciated. So on that, I'll put the turntable up. You can have a look at some close up. Once again, thank you very much, everybody. Enjoy gaming, enjoy what you're doing, and stay safe. And I'll see you in the next video.
Time stops when we're alone. You got my love, don't let it go. Feels like we're paper thin, one step away.